Hey guys, in this video I'll be talking about genetics and some topics in that as introduction to genetics, DNA and RNA, genetic engineering, and the human genome. In this unit, cells or organisms reproduce and they pass on information to their offspring so they can survive. Gregor Mendel. Austrian monk Gregor Mendel laid the foundation to genetics. He experimented on pea plants to see what traits he would get when he crossbred them. Since he was a kid, he was very interested in science, and he spent 14 years working in the monastery and teaching at the high school. He also worked in the monastery's garden, and this is where he experimented with all his tools. Gregor's peas. He used ordinary garden peas, and he knew that each part of the flower produced pollen, which contains the male reproductive cells or sperm, and similarly, the female portion of the flower produces the egg cells. During fertilization, the two cells create a new cell that starts to become a seed, and pea plants usually self-pollinate themselves, so this is very good for him. Genes and dominance. Mendel studied 7 different pea plant traits, and each trait has 2 different characteristics. He crossbred the 7 traits and studied their offspring. The offspring of process of different traits is called a hybrid. With this information, he drew 2 conclusions. Biological inheritance is determined by factors that pass from one generation to the next, and second, that principal dominance states that some alleles are dominant and others recessive. Segregation. Mendel took the F1 gen and crossed them with the F2 gen, which had recessive alleles. 1/4 of them showed a trait controlled by the recessive allele. With each F1 plant flowers produces gametes, the 2 alleles segregate from each other so that each gamete carries only one single copy of each gene. Therefore, each F1 plant produces 2 types of gametes, those with the allele for tallness and those with the allele for shortness. Probability. The principles of probability can be used to predict the outcomes of genetic crosses. An example of this would be like a coin toss, landing heads or tails. The possible outcomes are 1 and 2 because there's 2 different faces, or 50%. If you flip the coin 3 times, it would be 1/8 because each flip is an independent event. Punnett squares. The gene combinations that might result from a genetic cross can be termed by a diagram. They are used to predict and compare genetic variations that result from a cross. Organisms with identical alleles are called homozygous, and organisms with different alleles are called heterozygous. All of the plants have the same phenotype or physical appearance. Thanks for watching, folks, and stay tuned for genetics part 2. And make sure to check out my YouTube channel and watch my other videos. Thank you guys for supporting my channel, and make sure to watch my next video. See you!